Many of my students have told me that they memorize lots of words, but what happens is they can't remember or use them. You've been learning vocabulary the wrong way. How do you learn vocabulary and not forget it? I've got 5 powerful tips that will transform your English learning journey. Let's get started. Tip number 1. Images can become powerful tools for understanding new words. This helps you understand how a word is used in various contexts. It adds a visual element to your learning, making it more memorable. When you come across a new word while reading or listening, don't just look it up in a dictionary. Head to the Images section on Google. Let's explore the word reflect. What do you see? Find an image that matches. You'll likely find images of mirrors, water surfaces, or people deep in thought. As we check out these images, we figure out that mixing traditional dictionary learning with looking at images makes us understand words better. Which is easier to understand and remember? Break away from the method of studying English through words, without images. Learn multiple meanings. Don't settle for one definition. Explore the richness of words. If you create a sentence or short story using those words, it will make your learning journey even more exciting and effective. Tip number 2. What are root words? A root word is a word that is the base of any of your new words. It's an incredibly effective method to remember the new words that you learn. Let's explore more word families based on the root port, which means carry. For example, if you know port means carry, you can explore words like import, export, portable, and passport. Port means carry. So, a portable device is something that can be easily carried or moved. For instance, a laptop is a portable computer. IM means into, so import means to carry into. Import means to bring goods or services into a country from abroad for selling or trading. It is the opposite of export. EX means out of, so export means to carry out of. Export refers to the act of sending or shipping goods, services, or products from one country to another for trade or sale. By exploring words like import, export, portable, and others, you start to see a pattern. Recognizing this root allows you to make connections between these words and understand their meanings more easily. Before you look up the word in the dictionary, try to guess what it means. Tip number 3. Collocations are very important for fluent and natural English. What are collocations? They're combinations of words that naturally go together. If you're unfamiliar with collocations, you might use the wrong word, making your speech awkward or confusing. For example, if you say, do a decision, instead of make a decision, a native speaker might understand what you mean, but it will still sound unnatural. Let's start with verb plus noun collocations. For example, take a chance. Make an effort. Let's move on to verb plus preposition collocations. Apologize for. Apply for. If you want to learn more collocations, check out my videos. Pay attention to how words naturally pair up in various contexts. One of the most effective ways is to read and listen to English as much as possible. Tip number 4. Instead of memorizing isolated words, try learning them in sentences. The small village was isolated from the bustling city. It helps you guess the meaning of words you don't know. It shows you how a word is used in a sentence, and it helps you remember the word for longer. This means learning vocabulary by reading and listening is more effective than trying to study word lists. When we are listening, we can only understand the words that we know. So listening is a way of reinforcing your passive vocabulary. But reading is where we can acquire new vocabulary. Reading English books can be daunting, especially if you're not yet comfortable with the language. Instead of starting with unfamiliar books, why not begin with something you already know? It could be the plot of a movie you've watched or information you're familiar with. This way, you're practicing your reading skills and building confidence. For instance, if you've seen a movie like Harry Potter, try picking up the English book version. You already know the story, making it easier to follow along. If you don't know what a word means, look it up and make a note of it. You need to find the best way for you. Think about your interests. Do you like reading? The movies? Watching the news? You need to keep it interesting. And you need to make sure that you're having fun. The more you are exposed to words, the more you will learn. Reading aloud is a fantastic technique. Tip number 5. Spaced repetition is a scientifically proven technique for improving the learning and recall of new words. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Instead of cramming all your vocabulary words at once, regularly review them to reinforce your memory. Now, let's see it in action with our example word, embrace. Imagine encountering the word embrace for the first time. It means the act of holding someone tightly with both arms to express love, liking, or sympathy. Here's how you might use it in a sentence. She greeted me with a warm embrace. After learning embrace, you'll review it again shortly before you go to bed. It's time to see embrace again. Repetition at this interval strengthens your memory. Let's reinforce it with another sentence. I decided to embrace the challenge of learning a new language. Bam! Embrace pops up again. This spaced repetition helps secure the word in your long-term memory. In life, it's essential to embrace change. Use embrace in conversations, writing, and daily thoughts. The more you use the words, the better you'll remember and recall them. Consistency is key when you're learning new words. Watch one of my lessons right here to help you build your vocabulary. If you want to learn English easily and effectively, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload.